Hello friends, it's me, your pal, Bill Savely with Savage's Disc Golf. Hey listen, I'm at Katherine Legge Memorial Park, or as we refer to it here, KLM. Now this is a course that's particularly challenging for me in a number of ways: shot shapes, actual distance. So this is a course I've been encouraged to play more often because of where I'm at with my skill set and my experience so far in disc golf. So I'm going to throw some warm-up putts here, and then we're going to tackle this course and see how we do. Hole number one here at KLM is 240 feet, straight shot. You got tree here, tree there towards the center-ish. Then you've got some low-hanging brush. So the idea is I want to either throw something straight or I want to just send it out a little bit on the right so that it comes in on an angle. And now is the time where I think to myself, am I really going to film an entire 18-hole round and then edit this for like 20 people to watch? So I don't know. Let's see where we get. So remember, 2 shots off the first tee. We're going with the Boca. And then we'll throw the hex. That might be out too far. It might be parked. Hex. All right, we're definitely going with the Boca. Man, I love that disc. You're gonna love this. Look at this. This is where the Boca landed. This is my best shot on this hole. Trusting the Meridian, Mojave. Let's start this round the right way. With a birdie. Unbelievable. This is the first time I've birdied this hole. Feeling more confident about my game and my form. Hole number 2 gets a little dicey for me. It's 330 feet to the pin. So do I throw the destroyer or do I throw the trail? I'm much more comfortable with the trail, so I'm going to try to make better decisions. Don't have to kill it, I just have to send it out and keep it flat. And this is my tendency. I want to just murder this shot and get it out there super far under the basket, but I have to think in terms of angle and just getting it out there and giving myself a chance, because there'll be other birdie opportunities. See, that's too, I didn't want to do that. Envy for my approach. I want to aim it towards that little tree and have it come in. It's uphill, so I got to send it a little bit more than normal. Keep it flat, Savely, come on. Turn. Par. 270, 310. Straight through that gap and down. It's downhill, so it'll play a little farther or a little closer because of the angle. That's good. Sit. Sit. Okay. Not as far as I would like, but this is a birdie opportunity for me. So I just need to put it into the basket. That's a bird. Hole number 4, 370. I'm gonna give the Mamba a shot. Give me a little more distance. Basket's behind those trees, straight ahead. Too far. There we go. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That's out of bounds. I'll take that. This is terrible. I mean, I'm hearing 3, so this is 3 because I went out of bounds. So this is a long putt for bogey. Rats. I think this is a par 3. I'm not sure. 220 feet. It's behind both of these trees. So the idea is to hit that gap. So I'm doing the Rock X3 for its overstability. I just have to hit that gap. I'll hit it. No sweat. Nope, I won't hit it. Crap. Let's try the stasis. It's pretty much what this disc was made for. I don't want to backhand and hit the trees. I want to forehand and just set it in. Beauteous. Beauteous. I think I'm going to like that disc. And we picked up the Mamba that went out of bounds. I knew it was here, so I just waited until I was on this side to get it. Nice job, Stasis. You will have a spot in my bag. 300-foot hole. I'm throwing the Mamba. No, I'm not throwing the Mamba. I'm throwing the Valkyrie. A little bit of headwind. It's a neutral disc, but I feel confident with this disc. I just have to hit that gap or come around that tree on the right. One of 2 options. I just don't want to get too close to the creek. And that's too close to the creek, but that's going to be good. I think, I hope. Turn, and I'm safe. Ooh, that was a close one. Some of these shots have been pretty good. Some of them have been good, but, you know, very close to being an error. I'm getting better at hitting gaps, but that's something I think I really need to work on. Something on a video that I watched where this guy, Joel, I think is his name, he, with another round disc golf, he said he imagined a series of hula hoops on the way from the tee pad to the basket. And he just envisioned hitting those, or at least hitting the first hula hoop and letting the disc do the rest. I think that's a good visual. Maybe I'll make my target a little bit bigger than a hula hoop. Where is my disc? I know it's down here somewhere. Oh my gosh, wait till you see this. The Valkyrie I was worried about, Bajing Park. Hole number 7, 320 feet. It's straight up the gut, and the basket is, well, it's up there. Let's not worry about that. Let's just make sure that we hit our gap. Okay, nice and easy. Let it fly. Oh, that's so bad. All right, that's the basket, straight ahead. That's our trail. I just need to send this out there and just, same thing I did last time. Nice and easy. Flick of the wrist. Send it. Oh, that's going to be way short. $250 feet? 200? I'm going to send a Valkyrie and have it come around. Oh, not hitting the angles today. That's what I like to do. When I'm that far away, it would be a miracle to make that putt. So I just want to send it in as flat as possible so that it doesn't roll. And thankfully this one didn't. Stayed out of the creek. That's a par, thank goodness. So we wrap up the first 9 with an absolute banger of a hole. 385 feet. On the inside of that fenced in corral, there's a creek. Depending on which league you play, only the creek, only if it's in the water is it out of bounds. So I'm going with the boost. First time I'm throwing this disc, I just want to send it up and have it go in, over. Just don't try to kill it. Just send it. Felt pretty good, but that's not going to be over. Good Lord. Such a weak arm. And then realistically, this is the hole where I have to make a decision. I have made it over that second fence, but also is the smart play to just lay up and then hopefully get a decent second shot that makes it into the circle area? I don't know. I don't know exactly what the play is, but it's very hard for me to get it over that second fence. So here's where the boost landed. Closer than I thought, further from the creek than I thought. I just need to send this up and over and close to the basket. And no. Got to think of the positives. At least I did not lose the boost. I did not go out of bounds, so that doesn't count as a penalty stroke. So I'm sitting 2, but that's a long putt to make to save that par. And that's where I've got to get better. I've got to get better at my approach shots, and I will.
A few moments later.
Okay, my full 18-hole round is over. Let me tell you this. I shot +3 on this course in 200-degree temperatures. It was ridiculously hot out there. I made it through almost all my water. What can I tell you? I had 3 birdies. I don't ever birdie on this course. And today I had 3 of them. I take that back. One time I birdied, I think the last time I played here. So, I mean, that tracks. 3 birdies. I had 4 bogeys. And I had 1 double bogey because I went out of bounds. I threw over the creek on a par 3. So I took a double bogey. Not bad. I will tell you this. Still struggling with accuracy, hitting the gaps. There were some shots that I threw that were absolutely incredible. My putting was a mixed bag today. I think I did pretty well, but I'm still struggling from like 15 to 20 feet. And I know if I could just nail that down, man, I would really score. So that's a fun goal, and that's just practice. Practice makes permanent. So that's the mantra I'm going with. Anyways, I'm recording this now. I didn't finish the round on the camera because my phone died. It got so hot out here, my phone just shut down. So I kept it in my pocket. It came back on a little bit later. I sat under a tree and I was like, I'm just not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna count my scores. And that's what I did. So sorry I didn't get an entire round, but I probably saved you a whole lot of time. See you next time, and thanks. All right, there's one more thing that I wanted to add to the end of this video, and now that I'm home and I've been thinking about it, here's my chance to give you some more inside information. If you listen to that round, you could hear me out of breath a lot of the times. I was pulling my cart. I had a couple of extra discs in there that I don't normally wheel or carry. So the cart was a little heavier than I'm accustomed to. Plus, KLM has some slight elevation and then some medium elevation. And I kept finding myself out of breath. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm going to tell you that there for a while I started to experience some tightness in my chest, some soreness under the sternum, and a little bit of lightheadedness. And I thought to myself, all right, I'm 60 now. What's the story here? And then I think to myself, well, heart disease runs on my father's side of the family, and he had a quadruple bypass between the ages of 60 and I think like 67. I'm guessing it was probably when he was like 62 because he was still working. Now, my father was a smoker. I've never smoked, but you know, I do have half of his DNA. So I started to think, hey, is this the time? What's going on? So I went in to see my doctor just for a regular visit, routine visit, to check some of these things. First thing he checked was the blood pressure. It was fine. Second thing he did is he ran an EKG, and all of those results were fine as well. So he said to me, all right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take half a baby aspirin every day, and I want you to stop working out. I said, what about disc golf? He said, fine. I said, what about, I pick up my dog and I carry my dog up and down 2 flights of stairs, 3-4 times a day. He said, yeah, that's fine. How long you been doing that? I said, oh, like 4 months. He says, yeah, you've built up enough so you don't have any problems there. It won't be any additional stress. He said, basically, when you go to the cardiologist, they're gonna put you in a stressful situation to monitor your heart. He said, I don't want you to do it on your own outside of a place, that could really help you should something happen. I said, I get it. But I found myself a little out of breath today, and once I get through this cardiology appointment on Monday, the 6th, I'm going to start doing some focused cardio, because if everything is fine here, and I think it is, I need to do something more with that cardio. I need to be better at cardio. I need more, not necessarily stamina out there, but I need to keep up at a decent pace, because I don't want to give up playing this game anytime soon. And I need to be completely physically fit to play this game to the level that I want to play it at. Now, could I walk slower when I play? Yes, and I did do that today, and I found that that was a little bit easier. So I think I'm going to do that from now on, just play at a little bit slower pace. But I wanted to share that with you. So I will keep you updated on all of that. Again, thanks for watching. Still glad that I shot +3, and I'm looking forward to that flex coming up this Friday. Talk to you later.